What does he have in common with the Czech Republic? How much is he worth? And why did he set out on a journey to the White House? Donald Trump. Donald J. Trump is born on June 14, 1946, in Newark, Queens. His father, Frederick Christ Trump, is a wealthy real estate investor and a descendant of German immigrants. His mother, Marion MacLeod Trump, has Scottish roots and is a homemaker. Donald is not an only child. He grows up with his older sisters, Marion and Elizabeth, and his brother Fred. 2 years later, his youngest sibling, Robert, is born. From an early age, Donald shows a certain energy, assertiveness, and a sense of purpose. He wants to become a businessman. He grows up in a well-off and stable family, always close to him, with a mother who raises all her children in the Protestant faith. During Donald's childhood, the Trump family's wealth increases due to the post-war boom. His father, Frederick, already nicknamed the Henry Ford of construction, takes advantage of federal housing loans in the 1930s, buying many homes at low prices and selling them later for a massive profit. Some sources claim that Donald's father gifted him over $200,000 every year from the age of 3. This means the boy became a dollar millionaire by the age of 8, practically when he still had milk dripping down his chin. As he grows up, Donald attends several schools, starting with the independent Kew Forest School. However, at 13, his parents send him to the New York Military Academy to instill discipline and curb his wild behavior. At the academy, he excels. Studies don't trouble him, and he handles physical training well. His success in sports teams and athletics proves his capability. He practically becomes a school star. He graduates in 1964, receiving the Coaches Award for his performance in basketball. He then enrolls at Fordham University, where he studies for 2 years. Slowly, he starts to figure out his career path, drawn towards finance and economics. He transfers to the Wharton School of Business in Philadelphia, graduating in 1968 with a degree in economics. By then, Donald is 22 years old. In July of the same year, this young, ambitious man decides to serve his country and enlists in the army. He is approved, but medical exams prevent him from joining. Trump has bone spurs, making military service impossible, so he starts considering his next steps. His years in education shape him. He sees studying not just as a duty but also as fun. Yet, due to his privileged background, he barely knows what real life is like or how to earn money. His father, Frederick, decides to change that by introducing him to the family business, Trump Management. By the late 1960s, the company specializes in selling land in middle-class apartments, with high demand. Helping his father run the firm gives Donald the confidence to dive headfirst into business and devote his life to finance. In an interview, Donald once said, "It's the year 1971, and I've already learned so much that my father entrusts me with running the company." The business is renamed the Trump Organization. Success in his professional life is accompanied by progress in his personal life. The 31-year-old businessman enters his first serious relationship with young Czech model and skier Ivana Zelníková. Thanks to her athletic talent, Ivana was a backup for the 1972 Olympic team, which allowed her to leave communist Czechoslovakia. The couple spends most of their time together and soon decides to marry. Donald quickly introduces Ivana to his business. Shortly after their wedding, they start running the company together. Ivana is appointed vice president for design at the Trump Organization and plays a key role in renovating the Commodore Hotel, now Grand Hyatt New York, and the Plaza Hotel, which later serves as the filming location for the legendary Christmas classic Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Those who've seen the movie know that Donald Trump makes a cameo appearance. On September 26, 1981, life delivers a harsh blow. Donald's beloved brother, Frederick Trump Jr., dies at the age of 43 due to alcoholism. This tragic experience leads Donald to avoid addictive substances entirely, a promise he keeps. Ivana later gives birth to 3 children, Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka Trump. Although their mother has Czech roots, only their eldest, Donald Jr., speaks fluent Czech. As a child, he spent many summers with his grandparents in Czechoslovakia, visiting nearly every summer. The 1980s bring significant changes for the Trump empire. In 1982, Donald is ranked among America's top 3 wealthiest people by Forbes magazine. His net worth is estimated at $100 million, though some claim this figure was far from accurate, likely much lower. A former Forbes reporter later revealed that Trump allegedly exaggerated his wealth to rank higher on the list. Still, he remains a successful businessman in America's eyes, fueling his company's growth. Frequently appearing on television, he becomes widely liked. To expand his influence, he briefly moves the company headquarters from Brooklyn and Queens to Atlanta and Manhattan, focusing on new real estate ventures. Soon, a major breakthrough arrives. The company secures a $250 million deal with the Holiday Inn chain, leading to the construction of the massive Castle Harbor at Trump Plaza. Trump falls in love with the hotel business and purchases additional hotels for nearly $320 million. In 1983, he proudly unveils his most iconic building yet, Trump Tower in Manhattan. It seems everything Trump touches turns to gold. So in 1987, he tries something new, publishing his first personal development book, The Art of the Deal. In it, he recounts his early business days before taking over the Trump Organization. Upon release, the book shoots to the #1 spot on the New York Times bestseller list, remaining there for 13 weeks. Trump considers it one of his greatest achievements, calling it his second favorite book after the Bible. Over the years, he authors another 18 books. I don't do it for the money. I have more than I'll ever need. I do it because I want to. Business is my art. By the early 90s, Trump is at the peak of the real estate world, eager to advance further. His next major move is purchasing Eastern Shuttle Airlines for a staggering $365 million. He rescues the airline from bankruptcy, saving over 1,000 jobs and boosting his popularity even further. People see him as a role model, saying that everything he touches turns to gold. But one day, that changes. The Trump family faces a financial crisis. As the economy slows, Trump's once strong income declines rapidly. His airline investment proves disastrous, costing him hundreds of millions. Trump's company owes $9 billion, and he personally faces an astonishing $1 billion in debt. Then comes every entrepreneur's worst nightmare, bankruptcy, which happens multiple times. On top of that, after 15 years of marriage, Trump's relationship with Ivana collapses. The highly publicized divorce in 1990 follows Trump's affair with actress Marla Maples. America watches the messy split unfold. Ivana secures a $14 million settlement and several luxury properties. After this turbulent episode, Trump marries Marla Maples, and they have a daughter, Tiffany, now an internet celebrity. In business, Trump makes a comeback, and by 1997, his net worth is estimated at $2 billion. But it comes at a cost, selling parts of his empire and borrowing heavily from his father. From this moment on, he stops making big investments and fully dedicates himself to the entertainment industry. He appears on both radio and television. He launches several shows that gain popularity. The most notable one is the TV show The Apprentice, for which he is even nominated for an Emmy twice. At the same time, he guest stars on The Howard Stern Show 24 times, once again sharing his beginnings, his first steps in business, and passing on the experience he has gathered over his nearly 50-year career. Radio broadcasting fascinates him so much that he starts his own show, Trump, which stays on air for 4 years. It seems like he's back on top. But in 1999, bad news arrives. At the age of 93, Donald's father, Fred, passes away. It really hit me hard. My father was always my inspiration, Donald later confesses in an interview. That same year, he goes through his second divorce. His latest relationship, former Slovakian model Melania Naus, later Melania Trump, becomes his wife in 2005. A year later, they welcome their son, Baron William Trump. For the following years, Donald mostly focuses on maintaining his empire and stays out of the spotlight. But he wouldn't be himself if he settled for a life without new challenges. From the very beginning, his ambitions went beyond business. And so, in 2016, he makes a decision that will turn his life and his family's upside down. He announces his candidacy for president. Although he officially enters politics in 2016 by running for the 45th President of the United States, he had already shown interest in the position back in the late 80s. In June 2015, during a speech, he declares, "America needs someone who will make this country great again. We can do it." He adds that, as a candidate, he has no intention of profiting financially from the position or leading America with ill intentions. His campaign revolves around the now iconic slogan "Make America Great Again." His bold and controversial speeches transform him from a once universally admired figure into a polarizing one. Some hate him, others love him. Until the very last moment, it remains unclear whether the election will be won by the experienced Hillary Clinton or the unpredictable Trump. On Tuesday, November 8, 2016, the results are finally in. Donald Trump, as the Republican candidate, secures the majority of electoral votes and becomes the new President of the United States. He is officially sworn into office on January 20, 2017. Trump's presidency, much like his campaign, divides the nation. And the same happens in the 2020 election, where he is defeated by Joe Biden. Donald claims the entire election was rigged and refuses to concede peacefully. In the end, the same determination that once helped him in business becomes the trait that makes millions despise him. Who would have thought that this once beloved public figure would end up being one of the most controversial in American history? What's your opinion on Donald Trump? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.